10 Republican United States senators, traitors, have sold you out and cut a disgusting, despicable gun control deal with radical, left-wing Democrat senators Chris Murphy of Connecticut, Dick Blumenthal of Connecticut, Chuck Schumer, Mitch McConnell is all in, Joe Biden is all in. We are naming the names of these senators tonight, and we're going to ask you to take action tonight and all this week. Welcome in, everybody. Patrick Parsons, Executive Vice President of the American Firearms Association. Alongside me tonight is our president, Chris Dorr. We want to know where you are watching from, guys. Comment in the comment section. Check in tonight. Like, share, pound that like and share button, guys, and comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Massive gun control deal is announced this morning at about 11 o'clock. I was in church. Yeah, my phone started buzzing. Yeah. Chris probably was as well, guys. But these traitorous Republicans, led by Lindsey Graham and others, are screwing you once again. They have a framework deal for gun control. I believe we can still stop this, but we're going to lay out the deal for you. But first, right now, guys, Chris is going to name the names of these 10 Republicans who are selling you out. And after he names the names, we're going to flash up a picture. So, Chris, go ahead and name these Republicans who are screwing gun owners and screwing our Second Amendment in Washington, D.C.
And when you think of these names here today, everybody, just remember these are America's Benedict Arnolds. They're the brand new versions of Benedict Arnolds. These people have peddled in the votes of gun owners their entire political careers. They have used you, and now that half of them are getting out, or that the winds have changed, they are screwing you. They are planting knives in your back. They are modern Benedict Arnold. So number one is John Cornyn. This guy has been leading the fight, leading the charge to sell you down the river the entire time. He was the lead negotiator with Chris Murphy, with Chuck Schumer. John Cornyn from Texas. Tom Tillis from North Carolina. North Carolina has a real blight on themselves tonight. If you're watching, both of your U.S. senators, Richard Burr and Tom Tillis, are on this list. Roy Blunt from Missouri is on this bill, or is on this gun control agenda. Bill Cassidy, Susan Collins from Maine. Right, Patrick? Correct me if I'm ever wrong.
Susan Collins. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, Susan Collins. Lindsey Graham from South Carolina. He's just awful. Ohio gun owners, your own Rob Portman. Rob Portman is on the list. Of course, Mitt Romney. Everybody knew Mitt Romney was going to be on this list. And Pennsylvania's own Pat Toomey is on here, the author of the Manchin-Toomey gun control bill back from 2013. So that's no big surprise there.
Guys, Chris is, in just a second, Chris is going to flash up a picture of these people. As soon as he flashes this picture up, share this. Pound the share, pound the like, comment and tag your friends, and let everybody see who these traitors are. Chris, you got the picture, my friend?
Yeah, I do. Here it is. Check it out.
There they are. John Cornyn of Texas, Tom Tillis of North Carolina, Roy Blunt of Missouri, Richard Burr of North Carolina, Bill Cassidy of Louisiana, Susan Collins of Maine, Lindsey Graham, Strawberries and Cream from South Carolina, Rob Portman of Ohio, Mitt Romney, the disgusting rhino trader from Utah, Pat Toomey from Pennsylvania. Share. Get this out everywhere, guys. And we're going to continue to talk about these folks. Look, we need y'all to do two things tonight. Number one is go to stopredflags.com. StopRedFlags.com. I don't care if you've already sent a petition. We've updated it. Send your emails. Pound them into the United States Senate tonight. Tonight. Get it done. Make it happen. And then after that, the second thing I want y'all to do tonight, guys, is join the American Firearms Association tonight. I want to have a huge roll call here at the end of the show with dozens and dozens and dozens of new members coming in, guys. Head on over there tonight at joinafa.org. What are you waiting on? What are you waiting on if you've yet to join, guys? Get in the fight tonight. And also, if you're just now joining us, guys, let us know where you are watching from. There in the comments section, I see Akron, Ohio. I see people all over the place. Muscatine County, Fairgrounds, Iowa, Lebanon, Ohio, Cedartown, Georgia, my man Jamie Hayes. I know him very well. On and on and on and on. Let us know you're watching. Wilmington, North Carolina. Looks like California, Raleigh, Idaho, Long Island, New York, South Williamsport, West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. Guys, if everybody joins up tonight, join up at joinafa.org. We can pour the gas on, and I think we can beat this thing. We've got to peel some of these people off. Right now at the American Firearms Association, we're already spending thousands and thousands of dollars literally every single day. Mail, text, email, web ads, social media ads, mobilizing gun owners across this country. Chris, break down the bill. The key part of this bill, of course, is the red flag gun confiscation. Talk about that a little bit, how it differs from the House, but it's still red flags, right? And hit some of these other provisions.
Well, what they've announced, and again, we've been talking about this for quite some time, that the biggest part of this that is going to probably be the consensus point is red flags. The House passed a straight up federal red flag law. What they are talking about doing here, and what we've suspected all along, if you watch our previous videos, you've probably already heard this, but this is a straight up funding bill. It is a funding bill to help to essentially force states to pass their own versions, their own state level versions of red flag gun confiscation laws. So, folks, I don't know if you guys watch this or not, but Matt Gaetz was talking about this from Florida, just on the House floor the other day, how 8,000 Floridians have already had their gun rights confiscated, their guns confiscated, their rights stripped away from them since they passed the law in 2018. That's only a couple of years. It's going to accelerate. He said they're using it in divorce court. They're using it in child custody court. They're abusing the hell out of it. There wasn't 8,000 criminals down there that were going to commit mass shootings or school shootings. No, it was a total abusive system. The judges are rubber stamping every single one. But I'll tell you this: the most dangerous part about this whole thing is, and the left is pretty smart for doing it this way. The easiest way to get state level gun rights, gun confiscation bills, red flag laws passed in every state is to dangle federal money in front of them.
That's right.
I've seen it in state after state after state over my professional career. The one of the biggest things that is so hard for state representatives and state legislatures to do is to say no to federal funding. So they're like, we got to pass the law. We're going to lose out on the money if we don't. And guess what? We'll probably end up having to pay for or to pass it someday anyway. And if we don't do it now, we'll have to pay for it ourselves. That happens all the time. That's the biggest threat in this bill. They've packed a couple of other things in there, billions of dollars in new funding for mental health and school safety. Folks, these school safety programs, this mental health stuff, it's oftentimes taught by organizations, nonprofit organizations like Sandy Hook Promise, Moms Demand Action. They get to belly up to the bar of federal funding now, and they get to walk into our schools and teach our kids suicide prevention and mental health and stuff like that. It's absolute garbage. It closes the boyfriend loophole. Basically, if you're ever in an argument with a spouse or a significant other, anytime in your life you can have your gun rights taken away.
It's a massive expansion.
Massive expansion of Lautenberg.
Former roommates and everything else. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, in the way they construct the language in this stuff, so it can include like social partners, like people you work out with at the gym. I mean, it's nasty stuff. Federal.
Look, so we did the waiting period for 18 to 21-year-olds, right? A waiting period for 18 to 21-year-olds. So you can vote in this country at the age of 18. You can go off to war at the age of 18. You can drink at 21, but they're going to have expanded federal background checks into your background. They say, oh, it's just juvenile records, and checking with the local law enforcement.
Well, you can pay taxes, you can get married, you can start running for office, you can do all these different things. It's basically creating a second grade class of citizens. And waiting periods, that's a throwback to the bullshit from the Clinton days. That stuff has been proven time and time again to be totally ineffective at their stated goal.
Yeah, I mean, we said it in our email today, guys. Let me read exactly what we said, if I can find it. Let me see here. Look, this is, I can't find it right now, but this is what they can get now, okay? In addition to the red flags, period. If you're voting for any form of red flags whatsoever, I don't care if it's billions in money for the states, that is red flags. That is saying we support red flags. Period. Even if it's not a federal red flag law like they passed in the House, that is red flags. The 18 to 21 waiting period. We do not support waiting periods. That is not in the Constitution. That is unconstitutional. And denying an 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old their Second Amendment rights, that is also unconstitutional.
Yes.
And we or someone else, or we would submit an amicus brief or file our case ourselves. Probably other gun groups would lock arms on this and challenge this in court. But that doesn't forgive these Republicans from screwing us. Okay, billions of dollars in mental health money. What is mental health? Red flags and mental health is whatever some bureaucrat in Washington, D.C. or your state government decides is mental health. They decide who is crazy. Right, Chris? And
these are the people that think it's fine for great big, humongous 6'2", bearded transvestite trannies are in your local libraries teaching your 5 and 6-year-olds about their sexuality. If they get to define common sense, folks, guess what? We're screwed. We are screwed. Yeah. And another thing, nobody's talking about this. This is the first national gun rights organization you're going to hear talking about this, folks. But on the red flag stuff, they're already talking about opening up your social media accounts to inquiries to see if you are mentally fit and qualified. They're trying to pass this stuff in New York if they haven't already. But guess what? If you've ever gotten mad about something and you said something stupid on your social media account, guess what? Boom, red flag, you're done. At least all the guns that aren't buried are taken away from you. And that's exactly where this is all going. If we don't draw the line and stop this stuff right now, we're going to lose. We're going to lose. So, folks, you see that website right down there, I guess it is. Go to joinafa.org right now. Sign up and become a member today. Like Patrick says, it's $35 a year, less than 10 cents a day. We're never going to sell you out. You're never going to find us in a Hollywood suit store, trying on the latest $10,000 suit. No, we're spending money big time right now in all of these states that matter. So go to joinafa.org and sign up and become a member.
Yeah, guys, I want to do a little bit of roll call right here. This segment of the show is called AFA Roll Call. Number one, while I'm doing this, I want you to let me know where you're watching from. And if you are a member of AFA tonight, guys, pound that like button, pound that share button. Here we go. I'm going to read off some of the new members and supporters. We've got Andrew from Calhoun, Georgia is in. Thank you, Andrew. Lisa from Oak Harbor, Ohio is a new member of the American Firearms Association. Jody from Riceville, Tennessee is in as a member of AFA. There's Greg in Columbus, Ohio is in. Steve, Bryan, Ohio. Leanne in Sturgis, South Dakota. Nice. Troy in Fredericksburg, Texas. David in Tampa, Florida. Daniel in Blairsville, Georgia. Paul in Grantville, Georgia has joined up at the $125 level. Quite generous of you there, Paul. George is in from Chelsea, Michigan. There's Michael from Searcy, Arkansas is in as well, guys. If you're just now joining us, guys, Patrick Parsons and Chris Dorr from the American Firearms Association here live. That's cool. I like that. Here live, coming to you talking about red flag gun confiscation. 10 Republican senators have locked arms with the worst gun grabbers in America. to cut a framework, is what they're calling it, a framework gun control deal with a bunch of different provisions capped off or started with red flag gun confiscation. This happened maybe when you were at church, maybe you were doing something else around the house or with the family over the weekend, guys. And what we like to say is, look, we don't like to come live, run a show live on Sunday night. We're usually with our families. We're at church. We're doing something in the community or out and about. But they were screwing us here on this day, right? It's almost like just a shot in the face, right? A poke in the eye. They're screwing us. And so we thought it was very important for us to come live to y'all tonight, let you know what's going on in case you've missed it. See if y'all can sign your petitions. I mean, stopredflags.com and get involved in the fight. Chris, look, we've got a bunch of guys who are retiring here. Why don't you flash that picture back up, guys? Chris is going to flash the picture back up, and you'll see who these 10 Republican traitors are.
There they are.
Read them all for yourself.
I'll read them, especially Pennsylvania. You're at Pat Toomey. Again, what really pisses us off here at AFA is these guys have used and abused Republicans for their gun votes. They've promised to be everything that we could ever ask for as a U.S. senator. Gun owners have gone to the polls, transferred their personal vote, their personal trust to these people, and these people are now stabbing us in the back. Pat Toomey from Pennsylvania, Mitt Romney from Utah or Massachusetts or wherever the hell he's from.
Utah.
Michigan. Rob Portman from Ohio, Lindsey Grahamnesty from South Carolina, Susan Collins from Maine, Bill Cassidy from Louisiana, Richard Burr and Tom Tillis, both from North Carolina. That's just like a real slap in the face.
It is.
And I've spent so much time working in North Carolina in my life. Those people are fabulous. People down there who are watching this right now are wonderful gun owners, some of the best, quite frankly, in both of their U.S. senators. Of course, Richard Burr is retiring. Tom Tillis has always been a red flag supporter. Roy Blunt from Missouri and John Cornyn, the lead on this negotiated compromise with Satan himself.
Flash that back up there, Chris, and I'm going to refresh my memory on these guys. So retiring, you have Roy Blunt of Missouri.
Yep.
You have Pat Toomey. You have Rob Portman. Is it Tillis is retiring, right? Or is it Burr?
Richard Burr. Richard Burr.
So 4 of these people are retiring. I think 6 of them, and correct me if I'm wrong, are not like up for re-election for a number of years. So 10, yes, this is a dangerous number because the Democrats have 50 votes in the Senate plus Kamala Harris, which could break a tie, but they need 60. These 10 say they've come to a deal. Now, that doesn't necessarily, let's not be totally defeatist here, because we are going to go crazy on this. We're spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars all over this country mobilizing gun owners, and I'm sure others are maybe as well.
Hopefully.
But we've got to win this fight. I mean, let's not mess around with this. Let's peel some of these people off. Let's get a poison pill in this. We need senators like Rand Paul and Mike Lee and Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley. And the guy from Arkansas, Tom Cotton, and any other so-called heroes we have in there. And I'm reluctant to praise these people because they're getting lobbied hard by their fellow senators and even cocaine Mitch McConnell, who's come out in support of this, to support this. And I know what McConnell's thinking. This is how these people think, guys. And the way they think about you. And they say, oh, these people, they're going to come vote no matter what. They're coming out because they're pissed off in 22. Let's just get this issue off the table. Let's give the Democrats a little of what they want. They're not going to get everything they want here. And we'll be able to tell people we took action to help alleviate some of these mass shootings. The only action that matters on these mass shootings is repealing the Federal Gun-Free Zone Act of 1990 and letting teachers carry and getting the government out of the gun business. None of this will stop any mass shooting. All it will do is give the federal government more power, more meddling in your rights, more ability to block you and your kids and your grandkids from exercising their Second Amendment rights, and it will give them more power. Matt Gaetz said it the other day on the floor of the House, and I know a bunch of his colleagues like Thomas Massey and Marjorie Greene and a lot of them would agree. I thought he said it perfectly. The Democrats, this is more federalization, including these Republicans in the Senate, more federalization of our Second Amendment rights. When you hear that and when that's happening, we're getting screwed, guys. So head on over tonight. If you're not in yet as a member of the American Firearms Association, get in tonight. We've probably got a week, 2-week window here where we can really beat this thing down. And you guys need to take action, join up. As Chris said, $35 a year, less than 10 cents a day. I see a bunch of people joining at the 125 level tonight. We're going to do a roll call here in just a few minutes. But it's fast, simple, safe, secure. The NRA, they put a statement out today, but they said, we're not going to take
pull that up?
Yeah, I can. And
is it on their Twitter? I guess I didn't see where it was.
Yeah, it's on their Twitter, Chris. And this is just chicken crap. This is what I call chicken crap. I usually don't speak in the other terminology. Some of you guys might. Let me see if I can pull this thing up. But they basically said that in a nutshell, where is this dang thing? They basically said, we don't take positions on bills that aren't introduced or something like that. Okay? So there's tons of smoke
here's what
here.
they said.
You got it.
NRA will continue to oppose any effort to insert gun control policies, initiatives that override constitutional due process protections, and efforts to deprive law-abiding citizens of their fundamental right to protect themselves into this or any legislation. It was a total non-statement. Total non-statement. That was so freaking weak, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That put me to sleep, in fact.
How do you not take a position? Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
Look, David Hogg, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Mitch McConnell, every Democrat in America is praising this deal. And the NRA is like, oh, well, we don't comment on framework bills. We're opposed to gun control. Guys.
It's coming, you fools.
Is that who you want fighting for you in Washington, D.C.? I didn't think so. And that took about a millisecond to answer that question. They are screwing you, and the only way we're going to stop this bill is for gun rights organizations like the American Firearms Association, that we have all the resources necessary. You're taking grassroots action at stopredflags.com, pounding those emails in there. Tomorrow we'll have an email for you about making calls and sending emails and joining up and getting involved in the fight. But remember, Chris, Michael Bloomberg is spending millions right now. He is matching every contribution on the left 3-1. So if they raise $10 million, he's putting in 30. And they are raising a lot of money right now.
And just keep in mind, like this is a framework. So what they're talking about here is probably only a portion of what they're actually going to go for. Chris Murphy himself tweeted today, I think he said, like, will this bill do everything we need to end our nation's gun violence epidemic? No, but it's real, meaningful progress. And it breaks a 30-year logjam, demonstrating that Democrats and Republicans can work together in a way that truly saves lives. He's telling us right there that if we can get the freaking Republicans on the ropes on this one, we're going to start scheduling crisis after crisis after crisis after crisis, and we're going to run the whole freaking train on the Republicans. This, and he's telling us right here. I don't know what the NRA is waiting for. But
they're waiting to cut a deal, Chris.
Well, they're probably in the room right now cutting that deal.
Room. Look, another thing, Chris, everybody out there watching, I would love to see it. If you can Google right now or Google after the show, we should have pulled this before we came on, Chris. How many of these 10 Republicans are NRA A+ rated?
Yeah.
John Cornyn, Lindsey Graham, almost all, Mitt Romney may not be, but almost all of them have A+ ratings from the NRA.
Yeah.
I mean, guys.
Endorsements. And that's what I was saying earlier. These people have been the recipients of the largesse of gun owners, sometimes for a generation now. And this is what we're getting as they leave. Unless I don't want everybody to feel hopeless here, though, because John Cornyn also tweeted today. He said drafting this law and passing it through both chambers will not be easy. We have a long ways to go before this gets to the president's desk. And then he put out another request for everybody to join up and get involved on their side. He's absolutely right there, though. These 10 people sitting there saying that they're going to support this stuff, that they're going to go all the way through with it. That's something totally different than I mean, we can affect the outcome here. Okay. It's not a done deal. That's why we're asking you guys for your support and to join up with us tonight, because you know what? South Carolina, I used to live down there in Mount Pleasant, right in the north side of Charleston. A lot of gun owners way back up in the woods in there, and Lindsey Graham needs to face them a lot of times. Sometimes he has a credible threat at election time. Something like this, where he is ramrodding national red flag laws through Congress, that doesn't go well for him, so we can affect the outcome here.
Yeah, guys. And Chris is talking about grassroots political pressure.
Yes.
Grassroots threats. Pound Lindsey Graham's phone. That's how we fight here at the American Firearms Association, is politically.
Yeah.
You have a voice. You can petition your government. It is your God-given constitutional right, just like your God-given right to keep and bear arms. The Constitution protects your voice against the government. The Second Amendment protects your God-given rights against a tyrannical government. And for those of y'all who are taking action tonight, signing your petitions and joining up, I want to honor y'all by running another segment here of AFA Roll Call. So, and while I'm doing this, Chris, boom. And while I'm doing this, why don't you flash that picture back up here in a minute of these 10 traitors. Okay. But sure. The names that I'm reading now are the people who've joined up tonight as new members. Rob in Milford, Illinois is in. Jason in Garvin, Minnesota. Edmund, New Rochelle, New York. Shirley in Royston, Georgia has just joined at the $75 level. Jason, also in Garvin, same guy, donated twice at the $125 level. Kenneth in Blackshear, Georgia. Joshua in Royston, Georgia. Danielle in Galena, Ohio. Angela in St. Joseph, Michigan. David in Adairsville, Georgia. Mary in Davenport, Iowa. Phyllis in Centerville, Ohio. These are all new members tonight. Don just joined in. Let me see if I can get Big Don in here. Don just joined up at the $75 level from New Bloomington, Ohio is in as well, guys. Everyone is getting in tonight, and they are fired up, and they're taking action. This is a survival battle. This is a survival battle for our Second Amendment rights. Period. Game over. End of story, guys. This is a survival battle. We've got to lock arms together, fight together, message together, get our friends and family in this battle as well. When you get our emails, forward them to your family and friends.
Yes.
Get involved in the fight. Somebody was asking about a timetable. Well, this was announced on a Sunday morning. Okay. They've got 2 weeks of legislative session. The Congress is meeting for 4 days next week. The Senate, I'm not 100% sure their days that they're meeting, but you better believe tomorrow morning, these guys are going to be all over the national shows. They're going to have they probably have them right now, the people who write their bills in the Legislative Counsel's office there on Capitol Hill, and they'll have the NRA in there, and they'll have the gun control groups in there, and they're writing the bills probably right now. So time is of the essence. We have got to put massive grassroots heat on these traitorous Republicans tonight. So go to stopredflags.com, join up at joinafa.org, and get in the battle. Chris, what do we expect to see this week? We will have AFA staff all over Capitol Hill, talking with some of our allies, giving live legislative updates, meeting with staff, et cetera, et cetera. What can you expect? And just to prep everybody on email, on social media, on text, et cetera, this week.
Well, that's a good point, Patrick. And I don't know if we have one of those little things ready to go for sign up for emails, but folks, we're just asking everybody again, like last week. I know it seems like this is deja vu, but you're going to be getting live updates from us from Capitol Hill. I think Patrick and I will likely both be there at some point today. I don't know what Tyler Defoe is doing. He's like, why does AFA staff to refuse to answer questions? Whatever. Hush up.
What is he talking about?
I have no idea. But we're going to be there on Capitol Hill. But be watching your email boxes. A lot of times when you're in the Capitol, when you're in the halls of the office buildings, sometimes you just don't have time to do a live video with everybody. So a lot of times what happens is we're in there, we make a phone call to headquarters saying, hey, this is what's going on, pump out an email right away. So if you're not getting our emails, please sign up to get them. Patrick, do you have a website for that? AFA updates or something like that? I don't remember what it is.
We have it on. If you go to our website, AmericanFirearmsAssociation.org, you can sign up for email updates, guys. Right there on the main screen, there's a thing that says, if you scroll down a bit, it says "Take Action Now." You'll get on our email list. But there's no better way to get on our email list than to sign a petition. StopRedFlags.com. You're going to go straight to our grassroots email alert system where we never sell your names like so many of the other organizations do, and the political candidates. A lot of people ask me, they're like, man, I gave to this political candidate one time and now I get hundreds of emails. Yeah, because they sell them. They sell them over and over and over again, rent them, sell them, and their consultants do to try to make money. That's the name of the game. That is what they do. You'll get on our grassroots email alert list. You'll get on our direct mail grassroots monthly newsletter list. You'll get the social media updates, and you'll just get involved in the battle. Like we like to say, we are like y'all. We are not Pepe Le Pew LaPierre. We are not lazy. We don't wear $4,000 suits. We are in this battle for our future, for our past, and we have dozens of children between all of us here at the staff of the American Firearms Association. We are in this battle to protect this country.
Well,
period.
I'll tell you, Patrick, one of the things that really pisses me off about this bill, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who can relate to this, and maybe I got married young, I don't know, but there was some people in the comments a little while ago who are taking issue with this whole idea of banning, long guns for people 18 to 20 years old. And there's some support for that amongst some people. It's like, what the hell? What are you thinking? I got married to my wife when she was 19 years old. I was a little bit older than her, 23, I think. And we had our first child when she was 20. Okay. And if this bill passes, they're saying essentially that she would have been a third-class citizen, and she's not able to defend herself, my son, or anybody else around them. I mean, pale are people's senses of freedom to not understand that they will never stop at 21 years old? They will never do it. I see the Democrats talk about it all the time. We need to raise the age up to 25. We need to raise the age to 25 to buy a weapon of war, and they're gradually classifying every single firearm as a weapon of war. We all heard about Joe Biden talk about lung blower ammo, how your 9mm can literally blow a lung out of the body. I mean, did you hear that stupidity? These people have never shot guns. They've only been surrounded by people who are professionally trained to shoot guns their entire lives. They don't care about age. They don't care about saving kids. They don't care about saving anybody in schools. They don't care about school safety. They don't care any about this, because at the end of the day, this is about the left disarming their political opponents. That's it. That's it. This is about control. It is about control. It has nothing to do with safety. It has nothing to do with innocent lives. The T-shirts, I ordered one up this afternoon. It's very true. I will not be lectured by people who armed the Taliban with 300,000 fully automatic machine guns. They don't care about innocent life. Kids are getting butchered over in Afghanistan right now with U.S. military grade weapons of war.
Weapons of war.
Yeah, but do they care? No, not a bit. Not whatsoever. Not at all. No, 18-year-olds can get married. They can vote. They can pay taxes. They can have babies. They can start families. They are full-blown American citizens. There's no reason whatsoever for this stuff. And if we give this inch, they will take a mile. The next school shooting that happens, boom, 25 years old to own an AR-15. That's how this game is played. Did anyone look at these Republicans here? Did any of these Republicans ever insist when Republicans had control of both chambers of Congress and the White House? Did they ever insist that the Democrats compromise and pass a national reciprocity bill? Huh? No, of course not. They're not that stupid. Why is our side this stupid? Huh? Why isn't Lindsey?
Idiots.
Why isn't like Mike Lee or Rand Paul or these guys? Why aren't they lining up an amendment to this thing that eliminates the Gun-Free School Zones Act? Huh?
Where are they?
Yeah.
Where are these guys?
I mean,
Ted Cruz has been pretty good, but like they should be out firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
But this is this DC egghead nonsense. Oh, we'll take this issue off the table. We'll do this and do that. And it's just like, what are you guys doing?
And I'm just gonna. This is me speaking here to Ohio gun owners members. But why isn't Jim Jordan out there doing press releases saying, "Hey, Ohioans, I'm going to vote no against this. You can count on me to do that. But you need to call Rob Portman's office, Warren Davidson. A lot of these Republicans, Mike Turner is going to vote for this gun control. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. Anthony Gonzalez, he's going to vote for it as well. But why aren't the conservatives standing up and saying, this is bullshit? And we're going to do everything we can. Ted Cruz, why isn't he going and going apoplectic to the media about John Cornyn? Huh?
Yeah,
why
exactly.
aren't these people
That's a good
fighting?
point.
This is a street fight, politically speaking, for the humor impaired. This is a street fight for freedom right now. And it's time to pull out all the punches. It's time to go no holds barred, politically speaking, and take the fight back to the left and say, you're absolutely not going to pass your gun control. The Jim Jordans of the world, I saw him in the hall the other day. Little Jim. It's time for them to stand up and do far more than they're doing. Far more than they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of very vocal champions in the House the other day on the House floor. You had Thomas Massey, you had Matt Gaetz, you had Marjorie Greene, you had Dan Bishop was good, Chip Roy was good, Greg Steube from Florida was good. Where are the senators? Maybe you can say, well, they're big states and they have more to lose than these little House members who have safe seats and all this stuff. It's like, guys, the Constitution is on the line. You should be calling these people traitors, which is what Gates called them. You should be mobilizing people against this dangerous legislation, and get in the battle. Yeah, AFA's doing it, but you should be doing it too, guys. You should be doing it too. So, guys, head on over to stopredflags.com. Join up at joinafa.org. Get involved in the battle tonight. Want to read some of the new members off. Mark in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is in as a new member of the American Firearms Association. Alan in Dalton, New York is in. Casey in Piedmont, Missouri is in as a new member of the American Firearms Association. Guys, again, fast, simple, safe, secure. We're going to keep you updated from Capitol Hill. We're going to keep you updated on email, on text, on social media. We're going to give you a live play-by-play action to all of this. And all of that is designed to keep you in the battle, to keep you updated. We know you're going about your daily life. Today, for example, you might have been at church. You might have been doing something with your family. Boom, 11 o'clock. Gun control deal. They're working when you're resting, okay? Right. So, I mean, like, this is how they fight. This is how they fight, and they're going to step on the gas this week, and we have to step on the gas as well. We need the resources to do it. Join up at joinafa.org. Get in the battle tonight, guys. Chris, why don't you wrap up with exactly what happened here? I know we've talked about it a lot. We have people constantly coming and going off the show. We have thousands and thousands of people on tonight, which is awesome. And we're going to be back tomorrow. But Chris, wrap up here. Tell people what they can do, and just be ready to fight in the morning. Yeah. It broke this morning that 10 Republicans have joined with Democrats Chris Murphy and Chuck Schumer and Dick Blumenthal. They are coming out. They've all agreed to a framework bill. The height of the gun control attack is a federal red flag funding bill that will encourage your local states to pass
Red Flags, gun confiscation. They've got billions of dollars in there for funding for mental health and school safety. That's going to go almost exclusively to their partners in the nonprofit communities. They've got that's two of like 10 different things that they're putting in here. They're closing supposed boyfriend loopholes. They're making it so that they can take guns away from victims of or people convicted of domestic abuse. They're expanding this stuff across the board in a million different ways, creating waiting periods for 18, 19, and 20-year-olds. And they're getting to work on it this week in particular, likely next week. They know that the clock is ticking. They have to take advantage of the blood of the innocent dead as quickly as possible. And they know that time is their enemy. So they're working very quickly. That's why they came out with it, like Patrick just said. That's why they came out with it on a Sunday morning when all of us are sitting there at church or spending time with our families. They are pushing hard. We can stop it. We just need to get mobilized and active all across America. And that's why we're asking you all to go to joinafa.org, sign up and become a member. Again, I'm going to flash the graphic up here for you folks. This is a link that you guys can use anywhere in the United States. StopRedFlags.com. It's brand new. We put a brand new one up there, brand new wording just a couple of hours ago for you guys to fire off emails to your U.S. senators telling them unequivocally, hell no on your gun control. All right. So go to stopredflags.com. It's the easiest thing for you guys all to do to fight back against this stuff. Let's throw that graphic up there. Here's the traitors that are joining with Chuck Schumer and Joe Biden. Think of that. Think of that. Who watching right now in your right mind would do anything for or with corrupt Joe Biden? These 10 people are Pat Toomey from Pennsylvania, Rob Portman from Ohio, Mitt Romney from who knows where, Lindsey Graham from South Carolina, Susan Collins from Maine, Bill Cassidy from Louisiana, Richard Burr and Tom Tillis from North Carolina, Roy Blunt from Missouri, and John Cornyn. These are the traitors that are actively working with the radical left on passing a massive gun control bill through Congress. They're working very hard to get it done before they go on summer break. When like their summer break is like
we got a couple weeks here, Chris. There's a couple weeks here. Look, and the message here: hold the line.
Yes,
hold the line in the House, hold the line in the Senate. Push back these Republicans, these traitors. And the only people who are going to do that is us. That's it. It's all of us all over this country. That is the only way we stop this nonsense. We've heard it before. We'll say it again. You give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. Do not give these people an inch. The only inch they can have is repeal the federal gun-free Zone Act of 1990 and let teachers carry. Period. We don't want the federal government involved in this. No more. Guys, it's been a great show. We're going to be back tomorrow. We're going to be telling you about the latest updates. Stay in the fight. Stay active. Stay mobilized. Get a good night's rest because we're about to have a big political battle throughout all of next week and probably into the week after, guys. We love y'all. Thank you for your support. If you're not yet a member, what are you waiting for? The fight is here now. Join AFA.org, stopredflags.com. If you don't know much about us, check us out on any of our social media channels, Rumble, Gab, Telegram, Facebook, Twitter, Getter, wherever, YouTube, whatever.
Everywhere.
AmericanFirearmsAssociation.org. Get involved in the battle. Join up tonight. We've had dozens and dozens of people get in as new members tonight, guys. I'm Patrick Parsons. He is Chris Dorr. We will talk to y'all tomorrow. See you.